you to share it today, Mr.
Oh, we're doing fire Mofirs and bikes.
That camera must add like 20 pounds.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, there's a tax lien class coming when we're here to the embassies, the 17th. I signed up for it. I'll send you the info.
Okay.
Tax lien investment class.
Where's that, JD?
What's that?
Where is that?
It's the embassies, August 17th or 18th.
Where's
The
the music
embassy.
coming from?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tax lien investor class.
Something to pay and
Not that I know of, I just signed up for it. They said it was free. I'm waiting for them to send me the info.
how do you sign up if you want to go?
It was online. There's an ad that I signed up for. Yeah, I can give you the name of it. They haven't sent me anything yet.
Oh, okay.
I thought you brought these.
I can't get a screenshot of it. It was,
they're Colombian. You did?
oh gosh,
There was that guy in there.
the ad was, or the group, the profile is tax lien method.
All right, let's get started. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning, Zoom. Nobody wants to say anything.
We didn't just like.
I heard a good morning. I think I heard something in there. All right, let's get started. Woo! Shauna's on the phone. All right,
She is on the phone.
we'll stall.
Good
We'll
morning.
stall, Shauna. We'll stall.
Oh, you got a good joke?
What does a fish say when it runs into a wall? Damn. There you go. That's the joke of the day.
$1 million advice right there.
Great joke. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's talk about our Y4C2Ts. We know what those are. Does anyone have a little win or anything from our Y4C2Ts? Something that happened this last couple weeks that kind of integrated our belief system that you'd be willing to share,
Oh.
either on Zoom or in person? I could go first because I know it's always hard to be first one to talk. I like the teamwork together, everyone achieves more. We've been doing, everyone's invited, but we've been doing a wealth class every Friday at 8:30, and the group's coming together and everyone's looking for opportunities in building wealth. And a lot of people are looking for opportunities to find investments, and if they aren't able to afford the investment right now, at least be a part of the investments. And a lot of stuff is, we haven't pulled the trigger on anything, but we've actually kind of got a lot of stuff real quickly from it. And I truly believe that little group's going to find some really cool investments, and someone's going to be a part of some cool deals, even if they're financially not able to do the investment part. It'll still be a win for them. So I think that's super cool. And anybody else?
I have a question about that one. I
Sure.
came last Friday, but where do they do it?
Right here.
Anyone come?
Anybody?
Oh,
It's on the training calendar.
maybe I come to early?
It's at 8:30.
Last Friday, because I came at 8:30 and it was not.
We had a class last Friday, didn't we?
Yeah, we went over your flip.
Yeah, we were here. It's 8:30,
It's on Zoom
right?
too.
It is on Zoom.
8:30?
8:30, like
8:30,
that work.
right here, every Friday.
Maybe I came too early on that Friday.
8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., right in the morning.
So tomorrow,
Tomorrow at
if
8:30.
anyone can join.
Anybody can come. We talked about a 135 for $1 million plan. We talked about businesses and what that looks like. And then we talked about a flip that we saw, and we went over it and we calculated it would it make sense, what would be the price that we would put in, and what we
That already
think.
happened?
Huh?
That already happened?
Yeah, we do it every week.
Okay, I'm coming.
We're going over different concepts, different stuff. It's all good. All right, who else wants to share? Come on, someone else share. Don't be shy.
I gotta go on. It happened this morning. Teamwork together, everyone achieves more. So I was talking to someone during scripts today. First, they just started attending, and she had mentioned something along the lines of, "I don't like bothering people when they're practicing." I was practicing with an experienced person. I felt bad because they probably want to go practice with someone experienced. And I was like, no. The way the culture is around here is we all share things, and we know that honestly by teaching, we learn more ourselves. And then one of our agents came in, experienced one came in, and he literally said the same thing. He was like, no, you know what? It helps me learn more, so I'm always happy to help you out too. And so I thought that was
That's cool.
Mhm. There it is. I just got done saying it. He came in. I was like, see, told you.
All right, one more. We'll move on. Someone else have anything cool? Their customers that they did, or they did the right thing, or they had success through people.
I've got the win-win. So I'm representing both sides for a seller and a buyer, and just keeping them together, helping them recognize that, you know, this doesn't have to be a I win or they win type deal. It's a win-win together. They want the property, they want to be able to do something with it, you got to get rid of it. Let's come together, both sides will win and be happy.
Awesome.
And it's been a very difficult escrow, very difficult transaction. Being able to keep them on board with that mindset is
Beautiful. Yeah, that's win-win, baby. That's what we're talking about. Irma got a referral this morning. That's awesome. That's probably teamwork together when achieves more. Getting a nice referral from somebody else and both get a win.
Nice.
All right, Shauna, you want to come on up? Let's do some prices right.
Good morning, everybody. I was
Good
on the
morning.
phone ordering pizza for lunch, so stick around.
Yeah, contract on the contract.
Did you get any keto-friendly pizza?
Yeah, you just take the cheese
Oh,
off your
okay.
pizza. So you give the dough to JD,
I'll eat it.
and then you just put it on a plate.
Perfect.
So for you guys that don't know how to play this, we're gonna look at properties that have been sold in the last 2 weeks, and we're gonna get to the closest to the actual retail price without going over. You'll win a Starbucks gift card. So let's see, our first house on the list is West Lancaster.
Oh, it's a cute little one.
It is a cute little one. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, built in 1952, 840 square feet, 6,000 square foot lot. Remember, Mondo's been trying to trick us lately. It's cute. 2-bedroom, nicely redone. What's that backyard look like?
Wow.
Some type of sunroom in the back.
I sold that one last week.
You did not. These are
This
not
is-
KW agents.
Nice little
It's
first
really
time
cute.
starter home.
Ooh.
Single
quaint.
car garage. Yeah. Very nice. It looks like a mother-in-law quarters.
Yeah.
I'll put my mother-in-law.
West Lancaster.
West
All right,
Lancaster.
They're doing the
so we
ballpark,
have
Scott.
440,
380.
350,
340.
370,
Jay, yeah.
530,
They have the time on drive.
355. What do we got on Zoom? 350,
344. There's a small group of trap homes. Really small garage homes, they're like barely even single space. They're off Jay.
This would be
So I'm gonna guess that's
1.5 million.
That's true. On the beach. If this was ocean.
On the beach, then it would be like 3 million.
Yeah.
Oh, 884 square feet.
Yeah, one bath. 2-bedroom, 1 bath.
Dang, 205.
All right, are you guys ready? Actual retail price, let's get our socks blown off.
is
$3.
Dang.
Oh, 312.
You're over.
Over by $501. $501 over. That's a shame.
Anybody
315. Oh,
Anybody on 310?
was real.
Yeah, really, they must have sold that one.
I saw a 300 if we scroll up on Zoom. Anyone in here lower? Everyone was over here?
Everybody
No, nobody bid $1? I saw a 300 on Zoom. Julie! Julie, I bet the 300 bid.
Julie, you win, congratulations. Oh, 2 winners.
No, that's
Oh,
Julie.
just Julie,
That's
okay.
Julie.
Yay.
Julie with the big win. All right, Julie, in your mailbox. You have a gift card.
All right, next one on the list is really cute. West Palmdale, 4-bedroom, 3 bath, built in 1989, 2,500 square foot on a 12,000 square foot lot.
That's nice.
It is nice.
I like those big wood beams on the top. I'm a fan of that.
I'm not a fan of the kitchen lighting.
Ooh,
Really
a
cute.
pull-through garage. Fancy.
exactly-
Is that over by the Jackson's house?
Oh, maybe.
I think this is over by where Mike Jackson lives. Let's go throw a.
Go to the front picture.
Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button here.
All right, now we got 540 on Zoom.
All right, what are you guys thinking? 450, 530,
If it's in that.
500, 439, 485, 615,
Remember?
600, 575, 580, 540,
650. Give me 650.
579,
Let's see who's gonna come on down.
612. I'm thinking it's the mid sixes, but let's see.
If it's-
All right, actual retail
Are we
price.
ready? Everybody's locked in?
Last second to lock it in.
And actual retail price is?
605?
605.
605?
Anybody on Zoom over 605?
But under 6.
But under 610? 605, $1?
Jason with the big W at 605.
Oh, you're pretty good at this, buddy. Know your market.
Thank you. Great job, Jason.
All right, last one on the list, guys.
Talking to one of them.
Oh,
Didn't you do an open house in the same street?
Katie,
For Thomas?
No.
You didn't? Are you sure?
this would be Golden Hill Terrace, right?
Oh.
Do you think?
So
Yeah.
is that
The Beverly Hills of the Antelope Valley. It's really
Hi,
great.
Paris Tarazzi. What's Tarazzi from?
You can tell because it has
1.8 million.
no sidewalks.
1.8?
Let's look at the info.
That's my pet peeve. Go to the first photo. When your neighborhood doesn't have sidewalks, it really irritates me.
I like it.
I hate it. Where are the kids supposed to ride their bike?
On the street, because it's a private street, no cars.
Wherever the nanny takes them.
Oh, I've been in that house. We went to the open house.
1.4. What do we got online? We
All right,
got
we got
That was
730,
one that Kirk was,
1.499.
David and 897, 15, 1.2, 1.2, 1.2, 1.25, 1.25, 1.3,
I'm gonna go with the dollar just in case everyone
$1.
overshoots it.
I'm gonna go with 980, 1.435,
This is a really pretty house.
1.449.
No RV parking.
Actually sounds pretty good.
All right, my good.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want it.
Nope.
She said no.
So you do know it.
I don't know.
Actual retail price, get those prices in. Going once.
Wait, did you guys notice real quick? Did you see that's the main house and you walked down?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Going once.
I've actually been to this house.
Going twice.
Did you get arrested? Trust me.
Sold! 1.388. 1.30.
Over.
$10.
You're way under.
1.3?
Anybody above 1.3?
Can't let Jason win again.
Marvin 1132.
You had 132?
Dang you, sir.
Marvin! Going once. Marvin, the big winner. Congratulations, Marvin.
Still $600,000.
Yeah.
All right, guys, enjoy your meeting, and as always, we really appreciate you. And don't forget, especially now, as market shifts, to put on track on the contract every time. We really appreciate it.
Doesn't matter, you won't answer the phone anyway.
I was sitting to the client, you jerk. All right, thank you, guys. I know.
Marvin.
As I come
Thank you so much, Shauna. Guys, talking about that, what happened yesterday?
I think so.
What happened yesterday?
Interest rate?
Interest rate, what happened to it?
Went up.
So much. Went up another quarter point, right? What does that mean?
That's my expired.
Typically, in a normal seasonality of real estate, what happens in the end of the year?
It goes
People
up.
stop buying.
No way.
It goes way slower,
Yes.
right? Interest rates gone up again. Right now, we're on track to do about 2 million homes less sales in the United States than we did last year.
Wow.
That's 30 some odd percent, like 33% less homes. We're tracking 30% less locally. And as the words of Ed Stark, winter is coming. You Game of Thrones fans, you really appreciate that.
Yes.
So you got about 3 months, guys, 3 months before it's gonna get real tight. So double down now, get yourself in a position, it's gonna be a pretty slow winter. So just on averages, so let it be slow for those other agents, not for our agents here. All right, oh, Jamie's teaching a couple stuff. So SOI follow-up plan, your sphere of influence, Wednesday, August 9th, over at the East Side office. East Side's No, that's on track. I would say that Eastside's here. If you guys are interested in that, JD and Stacy are going to be over there. They're going to be doing a sphere of influence follow-up plan. How to follow up with your sphere of influence. What's the percent of business you should get from your database?
60%.
Let me rephrase that. What percent of your database should spit out a piece of business every year if you followed up at a high level?
4%.
Oh, 4%.
4% is kind of like the standard and 6% is the goal. So if you have 100 people in your database, how many deals should just fall in your lap? 4 to 6. If you have 200, how many should you get?
8 to 12.
12.
Are you getting that? We'll see you on August 9th over at the East Side. Show up, JD will be there showing you how to manage your database to get that type of business. Script practice every single day, 8 to 8:30. If you guys don't know your scripts and dialogues, thinking about how to overcome pricing objections, if you thought about maybe start calling some expireds, because those are more common now, even some FISBOs, and you're wondering how the heck do I even do it, come to that class every single day. They practice their skills, scripts, dialogues, to become better speakers to the public. More confidence, not that you have to sound like a robot, it's just you know internally what you're going to say, where you're going to take the conversation. Not next week, but 2 weeks, we got Stay Out of Court. Robert Grant's coming back, he's been here before.
Yeah.
He just shows really cool things that have happened to agents, what's got them in court, and what they could have done to avoid going into court. He brings a slideshow with pictures, showing you what if the agent would have been viewed as an effective avid, they could have got out of court, how to do the RPA disclosure points, how to limit liability on social media, and answer some questions for you guys. How many times do we get sued every year?
Lot.
Lots! Why?
Because we don't go to these classes.
Because everyone wants to get rich from suing people. I don't know. It's California. It's everything else. Our E&O insurance is so expensive because we get so many lawsuits. This just helps keep you on point. So I recommend that you come. Dominate your listings with top agent masterminds. So guys, Dan Ahara, close enough. He's actually really smart, and I really like what he's doing. He's out of Hawaii, and he figured out, I don't want to just be a real estate agent. I want to be a real estate planner and help people plan throughout their lives. So he specializes in helping elderly people transition from one spot to another and using their assets to do that. He helps set up plans for people. He's becoming a realtor for life for these individuals, all far and above and beyond just being a realtor. And he's doing, it's going to be a regional event. The region brought him in, not us. So if you're interested in going to this, you all got an email from them, you all got an email from us, and there's a link, you could sign up. It's free, I think. I'm pretty sure this one's free. But it's in Oxnard, so if you guys want to get a group together and go down on a Friday. His program is super cool, super smart what he does. If you were looking for a niche, he's like, I don't know what to be a niche. This niche is really cool. If you enjoy learning more about investments, planning strategies, really cool idea that he has going on. All right, enough of me. Let's welcome up JD Mora to talk about Mofirs. Wow, JD
Thank you.
Mora.
He's over.
All right, we're going to bring up the peanut gallery back there.
I just called him James Dean. Did anyone even notice
James
it?
Dean?
Yeah, I called you James Dean Mora.
It's better. Do you guys remember Guy? We used to have a realtor here named Guy. Guy Blanchard.
Yes.
How could you forget?
I've known
Rematch
Guy.
sucks!
Yeah.
That's like his go-to yell out in an office meeting.
I knew him for, well, I've known him for about 15 years. Yeah, he was the agent I did my first transaction with. And to the day he left, he's in Missouri now, he would call me DJ. For like the first 6 months, I think I would correct him, like, hey, it's JD, it's JD. Till the day he left, it was DJ. I was like, DJ the guy. Okay, guys.
Let's go Jose Daniel.
Yes, that's what it stands for, Jose Daniel, not Jack Daniels. Okay, guys, so today we're going to be talking about mastering MOFIRs. Who knows what a MOFIR is?
Making an offer for an immediate response.
Making an offer for immediate response. During a shift, which would you guys agree we're in a shift?
Yes.
Does it get harder to find more motivated buyers and sellers?
Yes.
It does, right? So how many of us are reaching out to our database, sign calls, open houses, and saying, hey, it's JD with Keller Williams, just checking to see how things are going, give me a call. Right, I've been there, I've done it before. Going that route doesn't really give you any kind of response back typically because there's no value there. Does that make sense? That's where mastering the art of Mofirs comes into play. So Mofirs are based off of, Mofirs you want to put into your lead generation activities, right? So we'll get into examples of finding out, we're going to make a Mofir before the end of this class. It stands for making an offer to get immediate response. Your message must make an offer in order to get a response. So what kind of messages are we sending out there, whether it's voicemail, text, email, that is going to get them to respond back? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Because in a shifting market, the ones that are using Mofirs are the ones that are going to stand out from everyone else. Statistics show that any lead that you get, especially from online, there's a good chance they might be talking to other agents. This market is just becoming more and more competitive. You can make these offers in a couple different ways. Indirect and direct. What do you guys hear when I say that? Let's start with indirect. What does an indirect offer look like?
Call me to do this.
Call me to do this. Immediate action. What do you hear when I say direct offers? Indirect, indirect.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. So the difference is direct offers provide a path to immediate business. In that they are about buying and selling. Indirect offers are generally about services that help. Okay, so direct offer would be ask me about my zero money down program. That make sense? If someone was to want more information on a zero money down program, do you think they're looking to buy right now? Probably. I could also say, ask me about our free credit repair services. That's an indirect offer. Someone that needs credit repair, do you think they need to buy right away? Probably might need some help, maybe in the future, right? Those are for buyers. When we switch gears and we go to sellers, a direct offer to a seller is ask me about a free home equity analysis. Home value report. Most people that want to know the values of their homes are usually interested in doing something with the equity. Does that make sense? Indirect offers that we do to sellers are vendors lists. Ask me about my vendor list with my top 100 favorite vendors. That'll get you in contact with them. Do they have a need to buy or sell? Maybe. But you're still making contact and marketing to them in an indirect way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Anyone got questions? Questions, comments, beliefs? Okay, so the process to making a Mofir, there's a few steps. The first one is identifying a common problem. Every market has 3 to 5 objections in it, or 3 to 5 challenges for buyers and sellers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So what do you think is the first step you should do to find out what kind of common problems we're having in today's market?
Ask around.
Ask around?
Yeah, we talk to people and ask them why they are fearful of buying or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What objections are you getting?
What objections are you getting? I just simply put, when people are telling you no, what's the reason?
Not enough information.
There you go. That's a common problem. I hear that a lot.
Interest rates are too high.
Interest rates are too high.
Don't know where to start.
Don't know where to start. Don't know the process. My money's funny. I don't got any money.
Credit, get to know.
Credit's whack.
And their credit's always good.
Yeah. Right? So the first step is talking to your sphere, talking to agents, talking to people in our community, and then paying attention to the calls when you're prospecting and lead generating. By the way, lead generating can be anywhere. You know, I was talking to someone yesterday and they said, oh, I haven't started lead generating yet because I want to learn scripts. And I said, walk me through your day. What'd you do today? And sure enough, this person had, I think they went to the grocery store or the gym. And she had talked to someone, but they didn't want to buy because they had an I-10. And they heard they had to put like 30% down for I-10s. And I was like, that's lead generating. And that's a problem. Does that make sense? So you got to pay attention to the conversations you're having. Not only when you're being purposeful, but just even the casual conversations. Why did that person say no? What are some things that you guys are hearing?
From sellers, a lot of them don't want to sell because they have a low rate.
Yeah, sellers don't want to sell because they have a low rate. Why would I sell? My payment's great. Right? In the MRA book, it talks about focusing on sellers. Today, we're going to talk about buyers, an 8x8 smart plan that has Mofirs in it. We also have an 8x8 for sellers, but if you want more buyers, should you get more listings?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Listings attract buyers.
What's the 3 L's?
Listings, leads, leverage.
Get a listing, you leverage it for more leads. So, we'll talk about sellers here for a second. Who remembers the market between 2020 and 2022? I think they call them the unicorn years.
Yeah.
Right? What did that look like? It was hectic, right? Were people overbidding?
Yeah.
Multiple offers?
Yeah.
Those came with its own challenges, right?
Yeah.
People frustrated.
There was a company that capitalized on that. Do you guys know which one it is? Next door? Or Open Door? One of them. Open Door.
Zillow?
Zillow. There's one within our Keller Williams,
72 sold.
72 sold. Have you guys heard of that one? I actually just started seeing the commercials. You see them, Garrett? I just started seeing the commercials. So 72 sold. They started telling sellers, hey, look, we can get you offers within 72 hours. Move at your own cost or you're on your own time, on your own terms. Making it super simple. Blew up. Now it's a national marketing campaign, but that's their MOFIR. I can get a cash offer on your house in 72 hours. Or I can get an offer on your house in 72 hours. That's for a seller. Does that make sense? So they took a problem in 2020 to 2022, and then they provided a solution to it. So they identified a problem and they provided a solution to it. So that's a seller. Let's talk about buyers. What's a problem that buyers have?
Down payment.
Down payment,
Yeah.
closing costs.
Down payment and closing costs. So
FICO scores.
what's that FICO scores? Down payment, closing costs, FICO scores. I don't know if I can qualify. I kind of summed it all up in there, right? So when you're creating your MOFIRs, always ask yourself, what's the biggest challenge in the market my people are facing?
Not enough homes.
Not enough homes, that's another one. The next step is you gotta figure out how to solve that problem. You know, what can your business do to help out? It could be just a simple solution, and you don't even have to be the one that fixes it. Does that make sense? You could just be the connector, partnering up with companies. For example, we use, I don't have enough money for your down payment. Are you gonna fix that problem? Or does the lender fix that problem? The lender does. But can you connect them?
Yes.
Would they find you valuable for doing that?
Absolutely.
Oftentimes they forget about the lender, they're like, man, you were amazing. You remember that problem you helped me with? Uh-huh. So you can partner up with people too. When it comes to the credit part, someone says, hey, I have a bad credit. Let's just say you have a database of 1,000 people in there. And you know out of those 1,000, someone's what's keeping them from buying is credit. What's the message that you could give them to get you to respond?
How do you know you're gonna bad credit?
How do you know you have bad credit?
No credit, no problem.
No credit, no problem. Oh,
Kind of is a problem, but
could be. What about buy a house with no credit score? Respond back with yes. And I'm thinking of a text message. What do you guys think about that? Some of you are probably thinking like, well, how do you do that? I don't want to lie to them. Do you need a credit score for hard money, Garrett? Not necessarily, right? Depends on who's giving you the money.
Most likely not.
Mom and dad want to give you a loan, they're probably not going to ask for your credit. Anyways, hard money's private money. So I always use that as an example. I'm like, hey, I tell people all the time, you don't even need a credit score to buy a house. I'm like, really? Tell me more about that. I'm like, perfect, my MOFIR just worked. Let's talk about it. Does that make sense? So I just gave you one there for credit. Let's do another one. Let's do, down payment's too easy. What's another challenge that buyers have? Ooh,
Interest rate.
interest rate? Okay, let's do a MOFIR around an interest rate. Pro tip, I left one on my Instagram story. I think the office did too yesterday. I did a MOFIR around interest rates. If you got high interest rates, how do we solve that problem?
Buy down.
Buy down, permanent, temporary, 3-for-1s, 2-for-1s, refinance, buy downs, refinance later.
Get into a home at 3%.
Ooh,
Assumable.
would that get you to want to call Garrett? Does that make sense?
I'll go find one that you could assume all day.
Yep.
Any FHA, VA, even most conventional, you could assume. So if someone's been in there the last 3 or 4 years, assume their loan,
Yeah.
down payment for the difference.
Yeah. How about help me buy down your interest rate, no cost to you? What's that look like? Just have the seller pay for it.
Yep.
Closing costs.
With those assumable loans, that's not the conversation.
Okay, yeah, we'll catch up afterwards.
Yeah.
Garrett probably knows more about those than I do. So there's another MOFIR when it comes to buying down the interest rate. Talk to your, partner up with your lenders, talk to them, see what solutions they provide. I believe Mortgage Trust, I know they have a rate lock program. I'm not sure how long. Some of them are 30 days, some of them are 60, 90. The most that I've seen was a 6-month rate lock. 6-month rate lock and shop. That was more common when those rates were going up really crazy. Did they just go up? Yep, I actually have a client who got saved. We've been in escrow, and since her escrow, the rates have gone up twice. But we locked her. So ask me about my 6-month rate lock and shop, right? What about competitive offers? Do some of your buyers get discouraged? There's not enough homes, everything has multiple offers on it. Does that make sense? Well, good, one thing about partnering up with Keller Williams and our vendors is our lender has a $5,000 guarantee to the seller. Meaning if they accept one of our offers and our buyer cannot close, they'll pay the seller $5,000. Ask me about my $5,000 seller guarantee. Think that'll get people to click and respond back to me? Okay, so once you create this MOFIR and you start getting success, do you think it ends there? You got them in the door. Let's say someone comes up and says, hey, I wanna talk to you about your zero money down program. Do you guys have a system to service that? Our system's a buyer consultation. And then our lenders, they know our consultations, they know that they should be available for in-person, virtual, or at least a phone call at the end. Does that make sense? And this is part of our system. So as soon as we set up an appointment, we have our assistant send out calendar invites, a group text, confirming everything. We have our lenders on board. We have ways where they can fill out the app digitally or in person. All these little things you have to have ready. Because the thing is, once you find a really good MOFIR, it spreads like wildfire. And you're gonna have so many leads, you don't know what to do with it, and you wanna make sure you can service them on the back end. Does that make sense? Because once a good MOFIR gets going, there's gonna be a lot of imitators. But very few can take it the distance and actually have a good system and service set up. One thing I hear all the time, I hear this all the time, and it's not to toot my own horn, it's just to create awareness around it, is we get thanked all the time for our consultation meetings. They're like, you have no idea how many realtors I call on these messages, and none of them call me back. They say these great things, and I don't hear from them, or I can't get a hold of them. And they're like, not only did you do awesome with your follow-up, but you answered all my questions and then some. And for you to even meet with me without even running my credit or charging me money, I think is great. I get that all the time. Jason, Juan, the ones that work with me, they get that all the time because of our system. Does that make sense?
Speed of implementation.
Yeah. So that's what's going to set you up. Once you create a MOFIR, how do you service it on the back end? Does that make sense? I've seen MOFIRs done with VAs, vets, VA loans, mobile homes. Does that make sense? If you have more questions on how to create a system, you can go to page 244 of the MREA. Outlines.
JD, I have a question.
Let's hear it.
With your MOFIRs, do you find that they're more successful if it's more directly related to buying the home, or are you finding more success finding a group of people that would fit into a program for a MOFIR that you're doing? So for example, if I did a MOFIR around a veterans group for a program
Yep.
for only the veterans?
Yep.
Or is it just a generic, like, buyers down payment? What have you found more success?
Ooh, man, good question. So, there's successes in both routes, but I think if you can get very specific and hyper-focused on a group, you're gonna have more quality than quantity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If I go run an ad on Facebook, ask me about my zero money down programs, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people, and I have to sift through all those leads. But if I have a small group of veterans, and I'm like, hey, ask me about how I can pay for your appraisal when you buy your house in the next 6 months, I'm working with that group, or, you know, a discount on the commission, whatever it is, those leads are probably gonna be better. I don't have to sift through as many of them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's not just VA and vets, what are some other groups that we can target?
Teachers, firefighters.
Teachers, firefighters. You guys know about the HEROES program? First, HEROES or first responders?
Man.
First responders program. I don't, talk to Carol or Hadia. I'm not sure of the details, but I know that, Garrett, do you know how much they get in support? I heard it was like up to 11 grand or 11%. something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big chunk of change that teachers, police officers, firefighters, nurses can get. That you can use that for them. That'd be a MOFIR for them, is the HEROES program. What about empty nesters? People that have huge houses and they're getting ready to move, they're moving out because they have a lot of wasted space. My aunt and uncle were empty nesters. They had this big 4,000 square foot house, and for like the last 3 or 4 years, they were only in the kitchen, the living room, and their master bedroom. They had a movie theater, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, never used it. Called empty nesters. You create MOFIRs around them.
Couples divorcing.
Divorce, yes, divorce, probate.
Those are the most.
Relocation.
Yeah,
Relocation, death.
that is the ultimate way
Yep.
to relocation.
You don't ever relocate again. You hope you go up, you don't go down.
Okay, guys, so a lot of people make the mistake when they identify the MOFIR and they create a system around it, is they think of it as something that the business does rather than that's what your business is about. I think, like, when I think Jessica Dixon, I think military. I don't know, anyone else see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And she lives that. That's in her business. It's not something that her business just does. Her business lives it. It's like a brand. Does that make sense? So make sure that you're living it. So when it comes to some of these buyer MOFIRs that we're talking about, how do we live that in our business? You can create a UVP around it, unique value proposition. Home of the first time buyer programs. And that's your little slogan. You live it. I have a track record and I have testimonials of plenty of people that have bought a house for zero money down. Get your clients to tell the story. Does that make sense?
JD, do you do ever do like a logo for a program and have like its own entity, or are you just more of a part of your business?
Yes. So we have our own 72 sold when it comes to the All-Star Group. We have our own 72 sold. We have a logo specifically for it. We have a website for it too. So yes, you could do that. You could create a logo, a picture, a meme. I've seen memes before. I screenshot stuff on social media all the time when I see it. It's eye-catching. But you'll see them around MOFIRs. Have you seen anything, Garrett?
I think I've seen
72
people
sold.
do certain groups, different things. I thought it was a good idea. Kind of even changing their team name around it, around certain specialties that they do. That is what the real estate planner, that class we talked about, his MOFIR was helping people transition from their homes into communities, and he built a whole real estate planner, and he's now doesn't call himself an agent, he's a real estate planner, and his whole program is based off that.
I like that. That's amazing. Takes a lot of work to do that, but it's totally worth it. He's known now, it's a brand. Okay, so we've identified some common problems, we've put a solution to it, we're gonna create a system around it. Now we gotta market it.
Also positioning.
What's that?
It's also positioning too.
Positioning. Your MOFIR should be clear and concise. A lot of agents or people will make the mistake of promoting them. You promote the MOFIR. Does that make sense?
Right.
Clients really don't care who you are. They care more about how you're gonna help me. How can you help me? Right? I mean, we're all good people, you know, all my people know, like, and trust me, and they like to work with me. But I usually only hear from them when they need something, which I encourage. I'm like, yes, when you have a need, let me know. You need a vendor, I got you. You need me stop by the grocery store on the way home because you're feeling good, I got you. So, you don't want to market yourself, you want to market the actual MOFIR. You with me on that?
Yes.
It's got to be clear. Ask me about my zero money down program. Is that pretty direct?
Yes.
Right, simple, easy. There's 2 ways to market it. What are the ways? Does anyone know? Hold on. Prospecting and marketing, sorry. There's prospecting and marketing. So here's some examples of some prospecting that you can do. For sale by owners, expireds, past clients, allied resources, third-party companies. And then you have marketing. Marketing is like advertising, newspapers, radio, magazines,
Passive.
bus stop benches. What was that, Nico?
That's passive.
Passive marketing. Promotional items, magnets, water bottles, pens. You can put the MOFIR on that. Postcards. Does that make sense? And then you have face-to-face. Good old-fashioned door knocking, open houses. Create some open house signs that have your MOFIR on there. Buy this house, zero money down. Lock your interest rate. So then you market it. What other kind of marketing can we do? I know I'm missing some. What are you guys doing? Anyone want to share any examples? Any successes when it comes to getting people to say yes?
Facebook or for social media presence is huge.
Yeah, social media. So one thing that we're working on right now is we're building out our vendor list. I think we have over 100 in there right now. And the reason being is, are you guys part of the Facebook groups on Facebook? I am. I'm nosy too. I look at everything. And the biggest need that I see in there, I don't know if you guys would agree with me on this, I think you would, is, hey, who has a barber? Who has a mechanic? Who knows a carpet cleaner? Who knows, does that make sense? I'm like, oh, there's a problem. Now instantly I'm thinking, I'm like, I can solve that problem by giving them a recommendation, or I can create a system around it where I create this really cool vendors list, get some programs, get some of these vendors to pitch in, affiliates, partners, and then instead of sending them one recommendation, I can give them my VIP program. That's vendors, top 100 vendors.
It's awesome.
Does that make sense? It's another way to market it. Go on social media and do it that way. George, have we done anything in the past? I know we've done some. Oh, I remember when we were doing expireds in the beginning, our flyer, George created this real cool flyer, and it said, while your home was on the market, we sold these 3 houses. And we showed pictures of our last 3 solds.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Bam.
We would attach it, back then we were advertising in Welcome Homes magazines. So we would have that flyer and attached to it, we'd have our business cards, we would have the Welcome Homes magazine. George would open it up to the page where we were at. And then we would go to the post office.
I was just talking about this.
We would go to the post office, and I don't know if you guys know this, but you can go get those folders, the express delivery ones for free. So we'd make weekly trips and literally just take everything
all
they
of
have. And we'd scuff them up.
JD would walk into the parking lot, put it on the ground, and then drag it, so it looked like it went through the postal
Mail,
service.
and then we just put it on the door. And so when they got there, they thought it was something important. They'd open it up and they'd see our mugs on a Superman and Batman body.
We would go as far as filling out the label.
Another MOFIR. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
JD, I could share what I did.
Yeah, please.
Me and my lender got together and we made a program for teachers. It really wasn't that good of a program at all. But I contacted the school districts and I got permission to drop off flyers at every school in the Lancaster School District. And so we created a flyer, we created videos, we ad targeted them, and we went and just dropped off flyers. And that brought in, I don't know, probably 5, 6 deals for teachers that we closed. It was one of we were gonna kind of transition, we had a little fake check and we gave $500 back to the classroom from our commission.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
And we just, it was nothing that crazy, and we just made our own little program, and it worked, and it was so easy, because all I did was drop off flyers. I drove around and dropped off flyers at the schools.
I have something I'm working on right now.
Okay.
It's with the unions. I'm working on partnering with unions and going in and providing information, pamphlets on, you know, a lot of these people are just making money for the first time, or they've been making money and they don't know how to buy houses, providing free information and doing like workshops with their people for absolutely free, but also getting into the unions and access to all of their people. And it's very, very difficult because nobody's ever done it. And so getting them to get on your side, which we're getting one right now, but but you can partner with people like that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, so we're gonna open up to questions here in just a second. I actually have a template of an 8x8 smart plan that we have. I'll share that with you guys. It's already accessible in Command. You can literally go download the very smart plan I'm gonna show you. You just have to customize it to make it your own. But I wanna walk you through the process of how we made that 8x8. Does that make sense? So 8x8, what is that? How many contacts?
8.
And how long?
8 weeks.
There you go. 8 contacts, 8 weeks. 1 contact a week, right? This can be done multiple ways. Phone calls, emails, text messages, social media. It can be done several different ways. You can pick just one. I like to have a mixture of automated stuff, and then it's mainly, my favorite is mostly automated, and then about 25% of it is me personally going in there and either sending out a text or making a phone call. Does that make sense? So in order to do that, we have to have a message every time that provides value to get them to respond back. You guys with me? So we're going to go over buyers right now. Let's go ahead and write down 8 common problems in today's market. We've already kind of gone through this, but shoot them at me again. Rates. Prices. What else?
Inventory.
Credit. What else?
Money.
Money.
Down payment.
For you on Zoom, I'm sorry, the camera's not working, so I can't show you what I'm writing, but I'll share a screenshot or something with you. Money, we need 3 more.
Getting pre-approved.
Pre-approved? Honestly, a lot of people don't even know how to start that. Does that make sense? I get a lot of people that are like, I want to buy, but I don't know what to do.
Right.
I want to get qualified, what do I do? Who do I talk to? Pre-approved, what else? 2 more. Huh?
Information.
More info. What else? 1 more.
Fear.
It's frozen though.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
What was that?
I said fear.
Fear. Oh, that's an interesting one. That is true. There's probably a little bit more to that. There's layers, right? Fear around what? Pricing, market dropping.
Market collapse.
Market collapse.
Yeah.
Fear. Market. So we're going to provide solutions to these, okay? Interest rates. What's a solution we can do?
Buy down.
Buy down. Permanent or temporary, right?
Yep.
Prices. Prices are too high. What's that?
Reduce, homes that they reduce.
Ah, I love that. Demery knows about this. What if your message said, hey, here's a list of homes that just went through price reductions today, and what we know is they have no offers. And on top of that, the sellers are super motivated. Wouldn't you agree? So I think this is a good candidate to what? Get a good deal, so you're not too worried about the price anymore. We call this reduced price list. You could also say, ask me about my REO list. There's not very many of them, but you can find some short sales and some REOs, right? People just connect REOs with deals all the time. HUDs. How about inventory? This is a tricky one. How about inventory?
You focus on the fact that there are new homes being listed every day rather than the lack thereof.
Yeah, we call it our VIP program. As soon as the house matches what you're looking for, it's gonna send it to you right away. Right, so we call that our VIP program. It's auto prospect, by the way, on MLS.
I use that all the time.
I like to use real life scenarios in this one. So inventory, ask me about how we were able to connect our buyer with an off-market deal. Right? Create your own inventory. Our office alone, what's our market share, Garrett? 13%? 11%?
Yeah, about 13.
Is that, you guys know what that means?
No,
It means if we have 100 homes that sold in the MLS, we were responsible for about 13 of those, right? If, and our competitors are more around what, 4 or 5%?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
A good statistic is 1 out of 5 homes sold in the nation last year was by
Boom!
another Williams agent.
Mic drop.
1 out of 5 homes sold in the nation.
Perfect MOFIR for inventory. Hey, we know there's not enough homes for sale, but the good news is one out of every 5 homes that sold, we sold it. We can find the inventory. What about credit? How do we create a MOFIR around credit? Back credit.
Exclusive credit repair program with your lender.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
it's exclusive.
exclusive. I love
By
those
call.
words. Credit repair.
No credit, no problem.
No credit, no problems. Just pay cash. Money. Your change is a little strange. What's some MOFIRs around money, or how can we solve the money problem?
Down payment assistance.
DP assistance, down payment assistance, DPA assistance, gift. I was thinking gift. What was that?
Grants.
Grants,
VA if they're capable or.
VA, USDA. I've been using that one a lot right now. Huh? CalHAFA, yep. All those take care of the money part. What about getting pre-approved? There's a guy named Elios in his first year. He's in, I think, San Antonio, Texas. Right, Jason? No, do you know? Houston. He's in Houston, Texas. Young cat. He's 21. And his first year, I'm pretty sure he sold like 50 properties. And I think he was on track to sell like 100 something this year. When you message him on Instagram, he's like, hey, thank you for reaching out. I look forward to working with you. Here's a link to get pre-approved. And he'll only respond to people that get pre-approved. Does that make sense? That's an easy way to get to solve that one. I don't know where to start. Well, there's the message here. Sign up on my online one. Or you can set up a buyer consult. I always get into buyer consults and say, hey, look, come sit in on our buyer consultation meeting. We discussed a few things. One of them is finances. And it's all just information. We don't even have to run your credit. We can give you estimates, all this stuff. And then at the end, if you really like us, which most people do, then you can use our services and we'll get you pre-approved. It's part of our program. So I'm gonna put consults here. 2 more. More info. How do we get them more information? Consults. What about videos? Do you think if you went to John Garrison's Instagram page, you'd probably find some information on some stuff? If you haven't seen John Garrison's Instagram page, go look at it. You got it. What are we doing today? 72 sold, right? iBuyers. So you can do videos, put them on Instagram, put it on YouTube. You can actually text the link to them.
Remember what we used to do?
Mm-hmm.
We would use the capture, well, I don't know if that's even an option, and I didn't see it, but we used to do it in EH. We used to promote 2-3 pictures of the property, and as soon as we hit that 4th one, and the capture page would come up.
Yeah.
For further information, provide yours.
Yeah.
Right?
Still there,
So we give
you could set it up for 1, 2, 3, 10. Set up how many people you want on your website before you have to capture your
Right.
info.
So we give them a little bit of info to get their info.
Right.
All right, fear, market. Market's gonna crash. How do we provide a MOFIR around that? Was a tough one. More
Provide
objection handling.
videos, stuff like that.
Oh!
Responding to lack of inventory.
Yeah,
Do your research on that, understand the market, come to the lower meetings when we talk about it.
yeah.
The reality of where, I show up there where the 4 big indicators, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, what they expect to happen.
Yeah. don't wait and buy real estate, buy real estate and wait.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a video that you can do around that. There's a couple exercises. So the quick one would be, a lot of people think that the real estate market goes up and down like this, right? That's what a lot of people think. They're like, oh, it's gonna go up, come down. It's not like that. It's more like this. Goes down, comes up, goes down again. Then that bottom, it's a little bit higher than last time, but then it comes back up. And every single time the prices have gone down, they've come up and they've come up higher since they started tracking real estate. Does that make sense? So when someone's like, hey, I'm worried that I'm gonna be upside down, it's like, hey, just as long as you're gonna hold it, like Amy will never sell. She's always gonna be getting more and more for that house. Does that make sense? Right. And a lot of people like to try to time the market, right? They wanna buy high, sell high and buy low. So we do this exercise with them. I'll do it with you guys. So let's say that we're at the top of the market, okay? I'm gonna draw a line down and you guys tell me when to stop, when you think the market has hit the bottom, okay? Just say stop. Ready? 1, 2.
Stop.
Is it there? Let's try it again. Did you guys miss it? Is this the bottom?
Yeah.
Right? Based off this math, or graph, that's the bottom.
Yeah.
Did you guys know when the bottom was gonna be?
No.
Right? Timers or waiters, you can never time the bottom of the market. You know when we find out the bottom's hit?
It's here.
When the media starts talking about the prices are coming back up. They're in the business of selling bad news, so it's always crashing, crashing, crashing. Ah, you missed it, it crashed a while back. They're never like, hey, we're at the bottom right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So timers or waiters, just buy and hold. Brings us back to fear. Timers or waiters. Whatever you want to create a message there. I would do a video. Okay.
Statistics, charts.
Statistics. That's what Garrett was talking about with Fannie Mae. Okay. So here, if I was you guys, I'd come take a picture of this and then start to create your messages around this. Does that make sense? Okay, questions? Thank you, Nico. Very good. No questions?
If I want to learn more, what do I do?
Honestly, you need to pick up this book and read it. Go read Shift. It'll prepare you for everything. Connect has videos in KW Command. You go to Connect. They have videos on there. I'm always one to share. Garrett has literally taught the Shift book. He's done that class. I mean, what am I missing? Am I missing anything?
Yeah, Shift, that's the starting point.
Read the Shift book. We're not gonna have time, guys, but I do have a PDF file that I can email you with all of our smart plans so you can see our MOFIRs in there. Our MOFIRs go as follows. We have a rate lock, buy and shop. We lock your rate for 6 months. We use that one because most lenders are only 90 days. We have USDA, free appraisal. We have an agreement with our lender. His name's Rob. For free appraisals. Anyone that buys a home through Rob, he'll waive the appraisal fee for our clients. We also have break buy downs, temporary, permanent buy downs, and 3-for-1 buy downs. Yes?
On your experience, what would you say are like your top 2 that bring you the most leads?
So there's a lot to that, but what gets the most activity is zero money down and credit stuff right now. But the thing is, everyone's got zero money. even the people without jobs.
What do you think, which one of your avenues brings you the highest quality?
Those are probably gonna be MOFIRs like buy a house within 90 days and I'll pay for your appraisal. Because now they're motivated to buy within 90 days. Does that make sense? So if anyone says, hey, I wanna know about that, you think they're gonna buy in 90 days or want to? But what's gonna happen is you'll get less traffic, more leads.
Sometimes you might actually get people that are already pre-approved, and that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my follow-up question was going to be, what besides more leads, which one you feel converts the fastest, so you kind of just.
Ooh. Buyers, I mean, when it comes to buyers, it would probably be, I would say the zero money down. It really is. It's just you got to go through a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, I would say that I like to advertise the USDA loans, zero money down. With sellers, expires. For sub-owners, canceled. 72 sold program. We ran, it's been a while, but I use this story all the time. When we first found out it was about 72 sold, we created our 72 sold 8x8 seller and had Mofirs in there. We can get a cash offer in your house within 72 hours. We put 80, I think it was 80, 50 to 80 people onto this smart plan, and we ended up getting 7 appointments and 1 listing.
Wow.
And that was 80 people out of a 3,000 person database.
Wow.
I actually just had Crystal do a MOFIR. Let me see if, I said, hey, send out a MOFIR while I'm in this class. Let's see if we can get the database to respond back. So I don't know, you guys are gonna learn with me. I might have egg on my face, or we'll have a successful MOFIR. By the way, the MOFIR was, ask me about my zero money down. Ask me about how you can buy a house with zero money down. Text yes for more info.
Write down his leads.
So nothing yet. Nothing yet. No, not yet. But usually when we do that, I call it shocking the database. We usually do about once a month around our home buyer seminar. The last MOFIR that we did was a home buyer seminar. And I think, like at that time, we had 7 people RSVP. And by the end of the day, we sent out a MOFIR, asked us about zero money down our home buyer seminar, and we had like 40 people by the end of the day RSVP. Just in one text that had a good MOFIR in it. That's it, guys. I will email you guys. We don't have. I'll just email it to the entire office. That'll probably be the easiest thing. A copy of the 8x buyer smart plan that we have. Does that work for you? Yeah. Okay, cool, guys. I think the pizza's here. Or it's on its way.
That's all we got, guys. Have a great day.
Right on time.
Great class.
Good job, JD.
Go back to selling.
Yeah, right.
So good.
I know, dude.
So good. Amy ruined it all. Become a team leader.
Took my LS to the
Nice.
Bye, Zoom.
And then I had to go with my oldest to the doctor. But then I wanted to
Who is that, Irma? Oh gosh, that's funny. I had a hard time calling you DJ. You like it?
I'll
get it all set up.